so today is the start of our 5-day challenge with Crockpot cooking, clean eating. And so I had something that it was already in my kitchen that I'm going to use today, and I'll add this recipe to our group because it's not on the list. This one actually comes from skinnytaste.com. She has a lot of really cool recipes that we use all the time. So this one is pork carnitas, and you put it in the crock pot for basically 8 hours on low. Comes out really, really good. What I did already was I took a little over 2 pounds of a pork shoulder and I seared it. I cut it open. You can see where I made the cuts, and I put the pieces of garlic in there. And you can put anywhere from like 5 to 6 chunks of garlic inside. And then it gets seared. You don't cook it. You sear it just to seal in the juices. And then all you do is you take your roast, and we go ahead and we stick it in the crock pot. And then we've got a couple of things that we're going to add to it. We're going to make this really easy. I use garlic powder, cumin, a little bit of sea salt, some pepper. I am going to put, these give it a nice flavor, these chipotle peppers. It's chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. I only put like 1 to 2 in because there can be a high sodium content, so I don't want to put too many of these. And then I also use a fat-free, low-sodium chicken broth, and I use 3/4 of a cup of that. And I'll put the recipe in there for you. But you take the roast, you put it in, you go ahead and you put your broth in. You get your peppers, and like I said, I only put 1 to 2. They're not very big. It just gives it a little bit of added spice. And I'm not putting like the sauce really in there. It's just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I use the garlic powder, and I just sort of eyeball it. I cover it. I'll show you what it looks like. It's not garlic salt. It's garlic powder to watch the sodium content. Cumin, really good with chicken and pork. And I'm just covering it up. And towards the end, like when you've got about an hour left to go and you break this up, you can taste it and see if you need to add more flavoring to it or not. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, not a lot of salt, just a tad bit in there. Cover it up. This is on low, so I have it on low for 8 hours. And then after 8 hours, the whole house is going to smell awesome. You've got a great meal, and I usually just put this with either brown rice, no rice at all. Just depends on what you're doing for your carbs that day. Black beans, that's also another carb, but you could use that in there. And then lots of vegetables. And this is something that our family eats quite often. It's a really big, nice meal, and it's pretty much all clean eating. So I'll put the recipe up in our group so we have it, and up on the page, and go ahead and try it out. Have an awesome day. Thanks, guys.